Hello everyone, welcome down to the next Build My Bag episode, and boy oh boy is it a good one today. So the Build My Bag series, basically this year I stripped my bag bare and started again, building it step by step. And today is going to be all about these bad boys, so the drivers. Normally I'm testing out 3 clubs, this time I've got 4 because my current driver, my Titleist TS3, I've got to be honest, these are going to be doing very well to compete. So I got fitted for the TS3 back in 2018. It went back into the bag at the start of this year. Now obviously that's a little bit older than the other 3 drivers which I'm trying, but I got fitted for this and it's got a very different shaft which I like a lot. But the competitors. So we've got the Cobra Speedzone. Now the F9 last year was one of the best selling drivers. Everybody absolutely loved it. This is the upgraded version. Very excited to be hitting this one. We've got the Mavrik from Callaway with its aerodynamic design and apparently is also very, very forgiving. And then we've got the Sim from TaylorMade with its aerodynamic shape, twist face, its carbon crown. It's everything. Now with this video and with all the Build My Bag series, it's based on data and then playability. So we're going to be hitting some shots down here using the simulator, getting the raw ball data from each of these clubs, seeing which are the standout performers, then taking them out to the golf course and seeing what I can do as far as shape-wise is concerned, how they fly in different winds and everything in between. After the driver, I've only got one more space to fill and that is with the putter. I'm really excited to see what these drivers do. I've not hit a Callaway, a Cobra driver in so long, so I'm really excited. I'm going into this semi-blind as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what the features are visually, but I'm not going to delve too deeply into it. I just want to test them on looks, on performance. I don't want to get pulled in too deep by the marketing. Obviously some of the stuff I know, so I can't get away from that, but I'm just going to blast away, talk you through as I go, and then get out to the course before we pick a winner. Are you ready? I'm excited, come on. So the first driver I'm going to be hitting is the TS3. Now, I got fitted for this, like I said, 2018. Absolutely loved it. The shaft is an X-stiff and it's at 55 grams, so I feel I can move it really, really quickly, and it feels like it comes off the face so fast. All these drivers are at 8 degrees, so we've got a little bit of similarity there as far as the head setup is concerned. But every one of these is very slightly different, and each one has a slightly different and interesting story to tell. However, let's set a little bit of a benchmark with this Titleist. Let's give it a bash. If there is a weakness here with the Titleist, I would say that the strikes out of the heel, the strikes out of the toe, maybe not quite as forgiving as I would like. I am not an amazing ball striker with the driver, so I do need that little bit of forgiveness. The main strength of this driver though is just, it explodes off the face when you hit it well. So this is the Cobra Speedzone. It looks beautiful when you look down on it. Everything's blacked out. I've got the hazardous smoke in this at 60 grams, 6.5, so extra stiff shaft. I've got the weight, so the weight moved a little bit forward in the head. You've got these interchangeable weights, so this should keep the spin down a little bit for me. Other things I know about this, it's an aerodynamically designed club head, designed to move fast through the air, and it's also got this infinity milled face. The F9 last year, the Cobra sold amazingly well. It was a good driver from what I understand, but it undercut the competition on price, which is why it sold so well. So I'm going to be interested to see how this shapes up. First hit of a Cobra driver in literally years. It looks so good behind the ball. Lovely and black, just those highlights of yellow. That was a bit better though. That was a bit better. One thing I'm going to have to guard against with these new drivers is getting new driver fever. I'm only going to put a new driver into play if I do think it's better than the Titleist that I've already got. I'm not going to go crazy. That was nice though. Good spin rate as well. I think so far, I mean, again, that wasn't a great strike. Distance-wise is very good. I've got to be honest, so far, I don't like the feel of it off the face. I don't like the feel of it, but the performance is good. However, that was a better strike. Oh, hello. Hello. I don't know if I've got overly high expectations. I want to love it. I love the way it looks. Not quite there yet. Not sure. I'm gonna have a close look at the data, but don't know. Not feeling it. So, on to the Sim. Now, from a visual standpoint, this seems to have the most technology in it compared to the Callaway probably. So I know a little bit more about this because I was with TaylorMade last year and I got a sneak peek into this product before it came out. So I know about this fin on the back. I know about the aerodynamic properties. I know about all the multi-material construction that goes in. Obviously, I was using the twist face stuff last year. One of the big things, one of the big improvements from previous models for me is from the top down, I think that looks beautiful. I think that looks absolutely stunning. I love that chalk white color, and I also love the way that that carbon fiber crown looks now. For me, this is probably the best looking driver in the sense that visually it's very different. It's not that classic design, and yet it looks so nice from the top down. I just hope it actually performs as good as it looks. Slightly different shaft here as well, so 60 gram diameter. So I think this is the shaft that Rory used to use especially. So let's see how this goes on. It feels slightly heavier than the other drivers. It also looks kind of a touch longer, but boy, does it look good behind that ball. Right, come on. One. That's be a good one to see because that was pretty necky. Holy moly. Whoa. Whoa. That felt necky, that felt necky. It doesn't feel completely forgiving. It certainly doesn't feel as nice as the Titleist, but performance-wise is very good. It feels a bit better than the Cobra. Just looks quite a demanding creature, this. That felt very, very good. Whoa, hello. It was like an average carry over 300. God. Left foot came out of the way on that one as well. That's going to be another over 300 carry, I think. Whoa, crap. It's getting bigger. I don't know if I'm feeling it a bit more, so I'm like just starting to lay into it a touch more. 176 ball speed. I reckon I could get 180 out of this, you know. Go on, one more with this. Not quite as good. Oh, say that. Didn't hit that great. It's carried over 300 again. I think this is going to be a more demanding club. I really, really do. I think this is going to be more difficult to control on the bad days, but distance-wise, woo. So now on to the Mavrik, and I'm going to have to compute all this because certainly with that Titleist, I've hit the Titleist on this Sim sometimes and absolutely bombed it. So I wasn't hitting it as far as I normally do, but wow, that TaylorMade was coming off with speed. I was really coming off with some speed. So this with the Mavrik, I've got the normal Mavrik, so I've not got the Sub-Zero, just because the shape of this club, from what I know, this is the one which has been computer engineered to be super aerodynamic. It's got the multi-material construction, it's got the carbon crown as well, and it's got the jailbreak technology. And again, you know, I've not hit one of these drivers in quite some time. It's got the 10 size shaft in as well. It's 10 grams heavier than the one I've got on my Titleist, so slightly different, but same flex, all the rest of it. Right, Mavrik, let's see what you're bringing to the party. It does look good behind the ball, I have to say. A bit better. Feel-wise, feels nice. This also has the audacity to send my T's everywhere. So this has the flash face technology as well. So, you know, we've got the engineered head design now for more aerodynamics, and this is the scientific computer, supercomputer design on the club face as well with the jailbreak technology. You know, so all this stuff I know because of the way it's been communicated via press releases and all the rest of it. So even though I've tried to stay away, I still know quite a lot about what this driver has. Feels good. Feels really good actually. Ooh, that was down. Feels great. Like the strike on it feels really good. Ball speed's not bad. Where's the Sub-Zero at? Okay, we are switching it up, ladies and gentlemen. I've got the Sub-Zero out as well because that Mavrik, even though it did feel good, it was just spinning up way, way too much. Slightly different shaft in this, so I've got the Rogue at 60 as well. Head is a little bit more compact with the Sub-Zero. Yeah, a little bit stronger in its flight straight away. That was a bit stronger in its flight. That's got a 0 spin. That was a Sub-Zero with 0 spin. The club head on this is a little bit more compact. It doesn't look as inviting to hit as the normal Mavrik, but I know that I can give this a touch more. It's not going to balloon up and away on me. Oh, hello. Fly ball. Still, it's not quite as nice, I don't think, as that TaylorMade, distance-wise. Not too bad consistency of flights with those two, though. So, those results were interesting. I've basically gotten rid of the worst strikes, just left the best ones. I think from a forgiveness point of view, the Mavrik, the standard, was probably feeling the best, but that was spinning the most and it wasn't getting the most distance. So for me to take that onto the golf course, that wouldn't be the most effective. So it's probably the Sub-Zero, which I'll be more focused on. Which I was expecting a little bit, but then again, when I used to use the M2, and my driver last year was the M6, so it was the more forgiving version of the TaylorMade, I was still able to control the spin. With the Mavrik, it was just a bit. Now, from the data collected, the TS3 actually, I kind of feel that it underperformed a little bit. So average carry distance was 288 to a total distance of 308. The Cobra did not like the feeling of, it wasn't that difference in performance. So 285 carry to 305 total. Ball speed was a little bit down from the Titleist. I just didn't like the feeling of it. I was more disappointed from that because I think that was probably on par with the Sim as far as the best looking driver. I don't know. I don't know if my expectations were maybe a touch high. Touch too high on that. Now we get to the Sim, and average ball speed 10 miles an hour faster than the Cobra. I think I struck the Sim a little bit better, so that would account for a little bit of that, but a 174 average from those 5 shots is pretty impressive. Spin rate at 2.4, controlled that quite well. I wouldn't mind seeing that come down maybe a touch. They would have really gone a long way. The carry distance 308 average and 328 average total. That was ridiculous. The peak heights as well, 47, 49, 48, 48, 50. Like the consistency level on the Sim was ridiculous and it felt good. It felt hot when you hit it. The Mavrik we've already spoken about. The ball speed when I got to the Sub-Zero, that was a little bit better. Spin rate still a touch high. I would say of all the drivers, the Mavrik and the Titleist probably felt the best. The Sim felt a little bit dead, but it felt strong. It felt powerful. It felt good. It felt good. So we're going to take these clubs, get out onto the golf course, see how they actually perform out there now. I'm going to be interested to see if the Sim is noticeably different on the course than it is in here, because if it does that out on the course compared to the other drivers, then it's obviously the pick for me. It is just if it is a performer on the course and not just with this ball data, because it isn't always the case that what performs well in here is amazing out on the golf course. Sometimes it is, well, 90% of the time it is, but we will see. I hope it is. I hope it does. You see where I'm going with this. I hope it does. Go on, let's get out there. Let's get up onto the hills of Burnley. It's the money. So just come up the road from the Academy to Nelson Golf Club here, and it is a beautiful, beautiful evening. A little bit chilly, a little bit of wind, just enough to give us a good test of these drivers. Now I've left the Titleist at home in the Academy because I know its capabilities on the golf course. What I want to see today is how these 3 drivers actually cope. I'm really wanting the Cobra to make a comeback. I'm hoping that the Sim is as good as it was inside, and the Callaway, I don't know, I have very mixed feelings about the Callaway. Okay, go Callaway first. I've noticed this in the Builder Bag series so far, like there's certain clubs that I pick up and automatically I'm a bit more like, something like that. Same spot. Cobra.
TR. That is the Callaway. They were all just different versions of right. Distance wise, literally nothing between them, but it wasn't. They weren't amazing strikes. So onward we go. Similar theme to the range in many respects. Out of bounds with the Callaway, that's not similar to the range, it was just a bad shot, but it was a lot shorter than the other two. Then the Cobra, which I struck better than the TaylorMade, is shorter than the TaylorMade. So, you know, that TaylorMade across the face does seem to be hotter. It just seems to be better, further, bigger, stronger. Something like that. So the on-course testing was as conclusive as the sim data, and the sim was by far the best on the course as well. I actually grew to like the Cobra much more on the golf course, the way it sat behind the ball. I think it looks really good, but when I hit them both very well, the sim was outperforming it, and it outperformed the Callaway. And on the sim, it's going to get very confused to keep saying the sim, on the Foresight software it was shown that this sim driver was also hitting it the furthest. I went into this not really wanting to know too much about the club design, but I have to say this looks brilliant behind the ball. The data supports some of the claims that it's making. The only thing I want to do a little bit more of is just compare it to my Titleist, because I didn't hit my Titleist amazing in the sim, but this looks behind the ball just incredible. It feels great off the face, and it's just strong. Like, it's just great through the air. So I just want to say massive thank you for watching. Everything in the Build the Bag series is based around my game. This is not to say that the Cobra, the Callaway, the Titleist will not be better for you. I always encourage to get fully custom fit. I'm going to take this driver away, play with it more, might get even a full custom fit from TaylorMade on this as well. We will wait and see. But for now, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, get down into those comments below. Let me know what you think about the series. Let me know what you think about my golf bag so far. And that has also been included in another video that was recently released with an FSX skills challenge. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.